Okay, good morning. So now you can mark your attendance. Sridev, please turn on your video. Okay, so in the first hour, we are going to revise our lessons. You know, from first chapter to sixth chapter is there for your semester exam, and you should study well. Okay, and most of the questions are from the fourth, fifth, and sixth chapter. Questions including first, second, and third chapter are only limited. That is, you have already written a periodic examination of the first three lessons. So the most important questions, most of the questions are from the last three lessons. That is 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so study that lesson well. Also, don't miss to study first, second, and third. So take your textbook and notebook with you. We are going to revise our lesson today in the first class. Only there is revision in the first class. In the next two classes, we are going to start our next lesson. That is our 7th lesson. Okay, now we can revise for the exam. So take your textbook and a notebook and take the first lesson. You should reply when I ask question. Shreya, are you okay now? Are you feeling well?
Yes, miss, I'm feeling well.
So which is our first lesson?
Crop production and management.
Crop production and management.
Yes, crop production and management. Faith, good morning. Faith and Sridev, are you there?
Yes, miss. 1 minute.
Okay.
Good morning, miss.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sridev. So I already told that in the next week you will have your semester exam, and question papers are already prepared. So you should study well for your exam. Okay, that's your duty. And you know, from 4th, 5th, and 6th lessons, most of the questions are from the last three lessons, 4, 5, and 6. And questions from 1, 2, 3 chapters are also there. You should study that also. Okay. So don't miss anything. Most of the questions give importance to 4, 5, and 6 lesson. So, Maria, good morning. Those who join now, please mark your attendance and take your textbook and notebook. Today we will have a revision of our from our first lesson to sixth lesson, preparing for the exam. You can mark important questions in which important questions will be asked in the exam. Okay. So first lesson, which is our first lesson?
Crop production and management.
Yeah, crop production and management. In that lesson, we studied about what are crops and the different types of agriculture practices that should be taken while planting crops, isn't it? So, do you know what is a crop?
Yes, miss.
What is a crop?
When plants
When plants the same kind of
I will ask you one.
cultivar.
Anyone, please reply. Sridev, you can give the answer.
When plants of the same kind are cultivated at one place on another, one place on a large scale, it is called crops.
Oh yeah, okay.
For example,
That is
crop
same.
of wheat.
Okay, Sridev. Same kind of plants that are cultivated in a large area. So different agriculture practices then we studied. Then mainly about there are other important topic is that about kharif crop and a rabi crop. Don't be confused in that. In the last exam, most of you, I think in the test paper, most of you changed the definition of a kharif crop and a rabi crop, and examples also interchange. Don't be like that, okay? Because you have a confusion in that. That's why you should study one well. If you study kharif crop and its examples well, then you already know about the other one, okay? Because the remaining things or examples will be belongs to the rabi crops. So in the importance of, it is important topic, that is kharif crop and rabi crop. Kharif crop means what? Ijaz, can you tell me?
The crops which are sown in the rainy season are called kharif crops.
Okay. Can you give some example?
Maize, paddy, soybeans.
Then what about rabi crops?
The crops grown in the winter season are called rabi crops.
Okay.
October to March.
Okay. So these are the kharif
Example.
crop and rabi crops. Some examples are also there. Then different agriculture practices. You know, first one is the preparation of soil, isn't it? Then what about second one? That is sowing. Okay. Then third one, adding manure and fertilizers. In case of manure and fertilizer, we study about difference between manure and fertilizers and advantages of using manure, disadvantages like that. Okay, all topics will be covered. Then during irrigation, next one is irrigation, isn't it? Then next one, protection from weeds. Then after that,
Harvesting.
then storage. Okay, so these are the main agriculture practice, and you can, maybe one word questions will be asked from this topic. Okay, which is the second agriculture practice in, or which is the first agriculture practice, like that. Okay, one word question or fill in the blank should be asked. Then all the things that is in next page, you will study about all these things in detail. That is sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, then difference between fertilizer, manure, irrigation, and what? The last one, protection from weeds. What is weedicide? What are weedicides? Tell me, Shreya.
Weeds are controlled by the certain chemical called weeds.
Yeah, we want to control weeds by using some of the chemicals that are called weedicides. Okay, and what is the process called weeding? Faith, can you tell me? What is weeding? Unmute your mic. Okay.
In a fields, many other understandable plants may grow naturally along with the crop.
I don't need that. That's about, you are reading about weeds. I am asking you, what is weeding? What is process of weeding? What is weeding, Anne Maria?
Miss, removing undesirable plants.
Yeah, removing undesirable plants. Faith, did you see that? What is weeding? Where is it? In which page number?
Page number 10.
10.
Page number 10. Below the last paragraph.
Miss, page number 10, second paragraph, starting.
Yeah, second paragraph, first sentence. That is below the definition, weeds. What is the definition of weeds? In a field, many other undesirable plants may grow naturally along with the crop. These undesirable plants are called weeds. And weeding, the removal of weed is called weeding. Did you see that sentence? Faith, did you see that sentence? Okay, so underline the sentence, all these important topics. Okay, then harvesting, winnowing and threshing, storage. Then we studied about animal husbandry, like that. All these are the main points included in this chapter. Okay, did you have any confusion about this topic? No. So there are fill in the blanks in the exercise are very important. So you should study the exercise questions very well. Okay, all chapters exercise questions are important. Application questions also are very important. Give reason type question, answer the following question, like that. So here also some exercise questions are there. I think you all did that and write it in your notebook. Okay. Then shall we move to the next lesson? Okay. Alan and Sridev, are you there? Okay, take the next lesson. Chapter 2. Which is chapter 2?
Microorganism
Microorganism front and foe.
Microorganism front and foe. In this lesson, we study certain examples for different types of bacteria, then virus and protozoans, isn't it? And certain diseases that caused by these microorganisms. Then what do you mean by a microorganism? Can we see a microorganism through our naked eye? No. Okay.
No.
Then please tell me the definition for a microorganism. What is a microorganism?
Microorganisms that are the small that they can only be seen through a microscope.
Okay, we can only see through a microscope. And there is a column given in the textbook, page number 24. And certain human diseases and causative microorganisms are given there. This is very important because one-word questions will be asked from this portion. Okay, so it is very important. You should study all these things well. Then we have studied about harmful microorganism and friendly microorganism, isn't it? What are friendly microorganism? What are its properties or peculiarities of friendly microorganism? How they helpful for us? Can you tell me?
Preparation of food.
Yeah, okay. Preparation of food items like curd and bread. Then what are, then what? Tell me, how friendly microorganism helpful for us? They are helping in preparing food items like a curd and bread. Then, or helpful for the process of fermentation for making dough. Then, you know certain examples of how microorganism is helpful for us. You know about vaccines, isn't it?
It is used for medicines.
It is used for medicine, used in medicine.
Medicines.
Yeah,
Yes.
for medical purpose, we use these microorganism and for making vaccines. Then the other important thing,
Soil fertility.
yeah, to improve soil fertility. Okay, very good. So all these are the main properties of a friendly microorganism. Okay, then what about harmful microorganism?
It causes disease to humans.
It causes?
Diseases to humans.
Yeah, it causes diseases like what? Food poisoning. Then other communicable disease like can you tell me some example for communicable disease? Faith? Tell me. Please unmute your mic.
Common cold, chickenpox, and tuberculosis.
Yeah, common cold, chickenpox, tuberculosis, all these are communicable disease. Then some other communicable disease like, which are the carriers of these diseases? Tell me, Jas.
Miss, I don't understand question.
The carriers of such type of diseases are mainly mosquitoes or flies, isn't it? So we studied about malaria and dengue and a female Aedes mosquito, which act as a carrier for a dengue virus, isn't it? So that will be important questions. And In this chapter, there will be nitrogen fixation and nitrogen cycles are also there, and some points about food preservation. So these are points are important. Read the lesson well. Okay. So any doubt regarding this lesson? Did you have any doubt?
Miss,
Yes, it's just
കഴിഞ്ഞ പീരിയോഡിക് എക്സാമിന് വന്ന പോലെ പുറത്തുനിന്ന് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ വരുമോ?
കേട്ടില്ല.
കഴിഞ്ഞ പീരിയോഡിക് എക്സാമിന് വന്ന പോലെ പുറത്തുനിന്ന് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ വരുമോന്ന്?
ഇല്ല, ഡയറക്റ്റ് ടെക്സ്റ്റിലുള്ള ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് മാത്രം ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ് ഇട്ടിട്ടുള്ളത് കേട്ടോ. എക്സാമ്പിൾസ് എല്ലാം തന്നെ ടെക്സ്റ്റിലുള്ളത് തന്നെയാണ്. സോ അത് തന്നെ പഠിക്കാം. ഓക്കെ. Then next chapter is synthetic fibers and plastic. Did you take that lesson? Okay. What all points we studied in this lesson? Synthetic fibers and plastic.
What is synthetic fiber?
Yes. What is synthetic
Types
fiber?
of synthetic fibers.
Okay.
Rayon and nylon.
Okay. Which is the first fully synthetic fiber?
Nylon.
What?
Nylon.
Nylon.
Yeah, nylon. Nylon is the first fully synthetic fiber. And we studied about different types of synthetic fibers like rayon, nylon, polyester, then PVC, like that. Then, yes, tell me.
Acrylic.
Yeah, acrylic and characteristics of synthetic fibers, isn't it? Then the applications of also these fibers like nylon. Nylon are used for making what? Curtains, bags, and what? Socks, ropes also. Rope climbers use the nylon thread, isn't it? Nylon ropes.
Make parachutes.
Okay. Did you feel any distraction in network? Any network issue?
No, miss.
No, miss.
No. Okay. Then next one we studied about plastic, different types of plastic, that is thermoplastic and thermosetting plastic. Maybe definitions all are important. What do you mean by thermoplastic?
Such plastic which get deformed easily on heating and can be bent easily from easily are known as thermoplastic.
Yeah, those plastic which can be deformed easily and or bend easily are known as thermoplastic. You know some examples of thermoplastic, that is like PVC, other plastic vessels also.
Okay.
Then what about thermosetting plastic?
There are some plastic
which when molded
cannot
be softened by heating. These are called
thermosetting plastic.
Okay, those plastic which when molded once it is molded, it cannot be deformed. Such type of plastic called thermosetting plastic. So all these are important questions. When you can mark on the side the important topics. Okay, Alan, did you revise your lessons? Yes. Okay. Then we studied about the properties, characteristics of plastic. That is, plastic is non-reactive, plastic which is light, strong, and durable. And also we studied about biodegradable and non-biodegradable substance and its examples. Okay. So any doubt from this chapter you have? Please look once more. Any doubt? Exercises are also we discussed. Did you miss any exercise questions? Did you write these questions in your notebook, this chapter? Yes. Okay. Okay. Then now take fourth lesson. From this lesson, most of the questions will be asked. Okay, from fourth, fifth, and sixth lesson. That is our lessons we took after our first periodic examination. Okay. So in this lesson, we studied about the physical and chemical properties of metals, isn't it? So do you know about the different, what are the physical properties and what are the chemical properties of metals? Physical properties, which means what?
Hard, lustrous, malleable, ductile, sonorous, and a good conductor of heat and electricity.
Yeah, all these are the physical property of a metal. And some non-metals do not possess this type of property, isn't it? Then we studied the definition for malleability and ductility. What is malleability? What is the property of malleability and what is ductility? In which property the metals is broken into thin sheet is malleability or ductility?
Malleability.
Yeah.
Malleable,
What about ductility? The metals that are
The metal
beaten
by
into
which
wires.
it can be drawn into wires.
beaten and can be drawn into wires. Okay. Then the chemical properties of metals are also we discussed reaction with the oxygen, water, and acids. How metals and non-metals react with these salt, base, acid, and water like that. Okay, so these reactions are also important. Then last we studied about displacement reaction. Okay, so displacement reaction. What is displacement reaction? What is its example? Example is given there, that is the displacement reaction of a copper sulfate and a zinc. After displacement reaction, it turns to zinc sulfate and copper. That is one metal, one compound. The compound from one metal is get interchanged with the other, displaced to the other after the reaction. That is the displacement reaction. And here also we studied about the uses of metals and non-metals. What are the uses of metals and non-metals? Okay, can you tell me some examples of the uses of these metals and non-metal?
Metals differ from non-metals in physical and chemical properties. Metals are usually solid except for mercury, which is liquid at room temperature. Metal are hard material except sodium and potassium, which are soft metal that can be easily cut by knife.
Okay, all this can be
Non-metal
said as the properties. Then uses, which means how it is helpful or how it is used in our daily life, from our day-to-day life. Okay.
Automobiles.
Yes, tell me.
Automobiles.
Sean, I didn't hear that word.
automobiles.
Automobiles.
Yeah, automobiles. Okay. So study all these things. That is the properties and the uses of metals. Okay. Then question answers exercise part also. Question answers are there. So that question answers are also very important. You should study the true or false statement, fill in the blanks and match the following like that. Okay. Then fifth lesson, coal and petroleum. Okay.
Petroleum.
Okay. What all things that we studied in fifth lesson in coal and petroleum?
Resources, natural and man-made artificial.
Okay. That is, we studied about resources, isn't it? Resources are of mainly two types. That is natural and man-made resources. Then these natural resources are again classified as what?
Natural and man-made.
Inexhaustible and exhaustible.
Yeah. Natural resources are again classified what? That is exhaustible and inexhaustible natural resources. Okay, Sridev. Okay. Then there is some examples for this. Inexhaustible and exhaustible. Inexhaustible means what? It is present in unlimited amount in the nature. Okay. Then what about exhaustible?
It is limited.
It is presented only in a limited amount and also it can be exhausted by the human being. Okay. They can destroy or exhausted this type of resources. And we studied about these exhaustible natural resource, different types of exhaustible natural resource, that is coal, then what? Coal gas, coal tar, coke, petroleum, natural gas, etc.
Natural gas, minerals.
So we studied about the petroleum and what is the nowadays which petroleum product is used in place of coal tar for metalling the road surface?
Bitumen.
Yeah, bitumen. Bitumen is nowadays used the petroleum product for tarring roads. Then also we studied about refining of petroleum. What do you mean by refining? What is refining?
Separation of various constituents of petroleum.
The process of separating the constituents of petroleum. That is, in order to separate different constituents of petroleum, we use the process called refining, and that is called petroleum refining. Okay, that is separating its constituents. So there are different types of constituents of petroleum that is given in the table 5.1, different constituents and its uses. Okay, then at last we studied about some natural resources are limited. That is about Petroleum Conservation Research Association. They suggest some tips to save this petroleum and diesel. Which are the steps or which are the tips to save petrol and diesel? That is given in the last points. Okay, did you see that? So all these are the important questions from this chapter. Also there is exercise questions, advantages of CNG, LPG, then explain why fossil fuels are exhaustible natural resource. There is fill in the blanks, true or false statements, all there. Okay. Then our last topic, that is combustion and flame. Okay. What about combustion?
A chemical process in which substance react with oxygen to give off heat.
Called combustion. Okay. Then what about a flame? Did you remember different structure of a flame? All of you draw that in your notebook. Structure of candle and flames. Okay. Then different types of combustion are there. Which are the different types of combustion?
Combustion.
Rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion, explosion.
Yeah, rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion, and explosion. Rapid combustion and spontaneous combustion, which means it is easily catch fire, isn't it? And explosion, you know, some hip sounds or some cracking will be formed. Then we studied about the other important from this lesson is that ignition temperature, isn't it? What do you know about ignition temperature?
Lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire is called ignition temperature.
Yeah, it is the lowest temperature at which a substance that catches fire, and that is called the ignition temperature. Also, inflammable substance. Inflammable substance means what?
The substances which have a very low ignition temperature
and can easily catch fire with a flame are called inflammable substance.
Okay, that is inflammable substance and an example. When you study these definitions, you must study the examples also. Okay, don't miss the examples. Then we studied about flames and the structure of flame. Then fuel. What is fuel efficiency? Do you know what is fuel efficiency? Or what is calorific value?
The amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion of 1 kg of a fuel is called calorific value.
Okay, that is fuel efficiency. Then global warming, we studied about global warming and acid rain. So here also exercise questions are there. How many of you didn't write this question? Sean, Ijaz and Diya completed it. She tell me then. What about others?
Which one, Miss?
exercise and note of last lesson, 6th lesson that I sent in the last day. Anne Maria, you complete it. Okay, what about Shreya, Sridev, Faith, Alan? Faith, not complete.
Miss,
Yes, Shreya.
I have to complete textbook exercises.
Okay. Sridev.
Yes, I also miss. I want to complete.
So those who didn't complete your note today itself, today must be you complete all the exercise questions till the 6th lesson. Okay. Then after from next day onwards, you should start your revision. On next Thursday is your science exam. Okay. So did you have any doubt in this lesson, 6th lesson called combustion and flame? No. So you know questions. How many mark question in this exam? Did you know about that? So in this exam, you will have 50 mark question. Time I send it in the group, isn't it? What's your exam time? 10 o'clock.
9 o'clock. 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Okay, 9 o'clock. Yeah, from 9 to 10:30. So 1.5 hours is there for your exam and 50 mark exam questions is there. Then there will be fill in the blanks like that. Some essay questions. Essay questions means 5 mark questions are also there. 5 mark questions you should write in a half paragraph. Don't write at least 1 sentence or 2 sentences. You did not get 5 marks. If you write 1 sentence or 2 sentences, you will get only 2 marks or 3 marks like that. Okay. So the point should be included and write about half a paragraph. Some 2 mark questions are also there. I will mention in the question itself. I mentioned that how much you want to write. If you want to write, the question is asked to write in a paragraph, you should write in a paragraph. Okay, written exam. Then after writing the exam, within next 10 minutes, you should send your photo of your answer sheet. Okay. Within 10 minutes. After those who sending after that 10 minutes will not accept the examination sheet and your progress will not be entered. Okay, that is very important. So write your exam between 9 to 10:30 a.m. Don't be get tense. Before that, I will give a live. We will start a Zoom class at that time at 9 o'clock. Okay, on next Thursday. So after that, you can write your exam. It will be maybe a live exam, which means you can sit like this and I will be here to invigilate your exam. So you don't try to copy or anything. Okay. So study well. Don't like your class test paper or anything else after Sunday. Miss, class test ഇത് നമ്മുടെ സെമസ്റ്റർ എക്സാം ആണ്, ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ലൈവ് ക്ലാസ്സിൽ തന്നെ 9 മണിക്ക് നമുക്ക് സൂമിൽ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യാം. ജോയിൻ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് എന്താണ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അവിടെ ഇരുന്ന് എക്സാം എഴുതാം. കേട്ടല്ലോ? വീഡിയോ എല്ലാവരും ഓൺ ചെയ്ത് തന്നെ വെക്കണം. ഇടയ്ക്ക് നെറ്റ് പോയി വീഡിയോ കട്ടായി എന്നുള്ള എക്സ്ക്യൂസുകൾ ഒന്നും നടക്കില്ല കേട്ടോ. ഇനി വീഡിയോ ഓൺ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കേൾക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല, അങ്ങനത്തെ ഉള്ള പരിപാടി ഒന്നുമില്ല. കാരണം ആർക്കും തമ്മിൽ സംസാരിക്കണ്ടല്ലോ, നമുക്ക് വീഡിയോ ഒക്കെ ഓൺ ചെയ്തിട്ട് എക്സാം നടത്താം. അപ്പൊ അതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നന്നായി പഠിക്കുക. എളുപ്പമുള്ള ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് തന്നെയാണ് ഇട്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്, ഡയറക്റ്റ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആണ്. ഇപ്പൊ ഞാൻ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ഒക്കെ പഠിച്ചാൽ മതി. ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ അപ്പൊ എല്ലാവരും റെഡി ആണല്ലോ എക്സാമിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്? യെസ്. ഓക്കെ, സ്റ്റഡി വെൽ. മേക്ക് 50. യു ഷുഡ് ഗെറ്റ് 50 ഔട്ട് ഓഫ് 50 മാർക്ക്. ഓക്കെ, ആർക്കും 50-ൽ താഴെ പോകാനേ പാടില്ല. എല്ലാവർക്കും ഫുൾ മാർക്ക് വാങ്ങാം. ആ ഭാഗത്തിന് എക്സാം എഴുതി പഠിക്കുക. ദിയ, വേർ ആർ യു? Diya, please unmute your mic.
മിസ്, ഇവിടെ ലൈൻ കമ്പിന്റെ മണ്ടയ്ക്ക് ഒരു മരം വീണിട്ട് കറണ്ട് പോയതാ.
കേട്ടില്ല.
ഇവിടുത്തെ ഇലക്ട്രിക് പോസ്റ്റ് ഇല്ല, അതിന്റെ മണ്ടയ്ക്ക് ഒരു മരം വീണ് മിസ്, അതുകൊണ്ട് കറണ്ട് പോയിരിക്കുവായിരുന്നു.
ഓക്കെ, സോ ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ റിവിഷൻ ചെയ്ത ടോപ്പിക്സ് എല്ലാം വീഡിയോ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ഒന്നുകൂടെ നോക്കണം കേട്ടോ.
ഓക്കെ മിസ്.
ഓക്കെ. നോട്ട്സ് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആക്കാത്തവർ ഇന്ന് തന്നെ അത് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആക്കുക. എന്നിട്ട് അടുത്ത ക്ലാസ്സിന് മുന്നായിട്ട് മാക്സിമം കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആക്കാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുക. എന്നിട്ട് എനിക്ക് അയച്ചു തരിക. ഓക്കെ. Okay. So thank you, dears. We can meet in the next class. Thank you all.
Thank you, Miss.
Bye, Miss.
Bye.